That is, kill the shogun of the Wano country and open the borders of the country. Kill the shogun. Kill the shogun. What is going on, everybody, man? One Piece, bro. Chapter 819, man, and listen to me right now. First of all, the reason why there was no live reaction is because there was no requests. So I said, screw it! You know, if there's no live reaction today, I finally get to discussion again. These are always fun. Now, before I get to anything else in this chapter, I'm talking about anything, I just have to say that the MVP of this week's chapter of One Piece, with no doubts, is my wife, the woman that I just adore her. Nami Swan. Look, bro, she was hilarious. She listen, man. In this week's chapter, we know just how good of a businesswoman she is, alright? You know, we always gotta make that profit. You know what I mean? You have to survive with money. That's somewhere. She understands the way it goes. She knows how to make money in the household, my people. So she's over here. She does that, and then she delivers on the Zoro comedy one, which I will touch upon later. But Nami this week was hilarious, and she finally agreed with Luffy. You know, even against Usopp, she finally agreed with Luffy. Nami, awesome sauce. All right, she was the MVP of this week. Don't give a shit. We're in there, son. Now we start off this week's chapter, which is entitled Momonosuke, the heir of the Kozuki clan. And we start off the chapter seeing, actually, the future land Baltimore, it's Frankie's pals right back from that place in the cover page. And this caught me off guard because I was like, wait, what? Because we saw the revolutionaries, and of course, that was Robin's thing. That's what Robin was. So then we see them right here. So are we just going to go through all of them like in the next couple of cover pages? That's what I'm going to assume. But I loved it. It was pretty cool. It was nice seeing them again. Thanks to Zoro's dialogue, we actually get to see that it was in fact that Doflamingo was after Momonosuke because of his lineage, because he realized, I'm pretty sure it was Kaido the one that of course was feeding the information and whatnot, but the reason why Caesar, which led to Doflamingo, which led to Kaido, the reason why they were after Momonosuke, of course, it's come from this chapter that they were after him in order so they could squeeze the secrets of the world out. But as we later find out, they really don't know anything. Odin didn't want to burden them with that. He decided to die with that secret along with him, which is very, very honorable, very, very honorable. He decided to carry the burden himself up until the very end, and that's very respectable, very honorable. I'm pretty sure the only other person in those secrets is a shogun. I'm pretty sure, and it's very, very interesting in this aspect because I'm you know what? Let me. Screw it. I'm gonna go into it. I'll save it for another video, but damn it, we're live. It's go time. It's King Recon time. All right. Now, in this week's chapter of One Piece, we received confirmation. That Lord Odin, and I don't care what nobody says, this was confirmation this week that Lord Odin sacrificed himself when it was said that the coin was flipped, and he in fact protected them instead of them protecting him. That showed me that he gave his life willingly to save the country. And the man who had to do that, the man who had to take that role, the man who had to take the role of killing quite possibly his best friend, his ally, his right-hand man, or whatever, was the shogun. Because that is the shogun's duty. I'm telling you that right now, flat out, that's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, you can come back here and you can destroy me in the comments if you would like. But that's the way I see it happening. I see the shogun. And this is it, right? They stated, we those who should have been Lord Odin's shields, by some twist of fate, we ended up being the ones protected by him. The Shogun of Wano, what this tells me is the Shogun of Wano killed him and did it because Odin told him it would be the right thing to do in that situation. We see that later on in the chapter Momonosuke is remembering back to what happened on Wano. We see a fire everywhere. It's dark. It's nighttime. They're all getting annihilated. He's yelling, "Mother!" People are saying they're surrounded. Kaido is there saying his father is a fool, as a ruler, as a lord. And it's like, good God. I mean, everyone's just getting annihilated. So in order to stop that chaos, Odin had to make a decision, because I'm pretty sure Kaido showed up the same way Jack showed up down there in Zou, and he must have stated, like, "Yo, I'm here to take what I want. I want to get these secrets, and I'm gonna get them." So Odin told the Shogun, he said, he knows that I have the secrets, so kill me. It's gonna be better for the overall thing, because not only do you get to protect the country, which is the duty of a shogun. I don't care if you are an evil shogun. I don't care if you are a person who does not give a shit. I don't care about any of that. If you have some sort of blood in you that leads you to becoming the shogun, if this is anything like any sort of Japanese history, storytelling, literature that I've ever read, the shogun puts his duty above everything else. And in order to protect his people, he had to do this. That's number one. And number two, of course, is that he'll be able to prove that he is loyal to Kaido. Because if the Shogun kills Odin, then in that way, that Kaido's like, oh snap, like he's actually loyal to me. He just killed a man that's been with him for years, and that way. Because we don't even really know. I mean, this whole thing could be staged. We never could know. Odin could just be alive somewhere. I mean, I'm going to assume right now, as at this point in time, he's dead. But that is the way I see it happening. That's the way that I see that it happened. And that's why whenever he goes, and because they stated, Raizo stated, he said, they are heading, because they're heading there to kill the Shogun. That's what they're heading there to do. But I guarantee you, once they get up there to that palace, once they get right in front of the Shogun's face, the Shogun's going to do something. He's going to see Momonosuke. He's going to be like, he's going to hug him or something. He's going to start crying. And then, or either that, or if we're going to see him as like this ridiculously horrible ruler, and then we learn his secrets, it's going to go something around those lines. But the Shogun is not going to be a completely all bad dude. I'm telling you that right now. There's something way deeper than this, especially when it comes to being a samurai series. Showcasing what a samurai really is. And that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing this arc. Because this is what I live for God's sakes. This is what I live for. So, I'm excited. I truly, truly am. That right there is going to lead that arc to skyrocketing to my favorite arc in the series. Period. I don't care. When they get up there to that palace, and they see, and the Shogun tells them the real past of what happened, of what exactly happened, that is going to be amazing. And I cannot wait to see how it's told, or if it's told in the middle of battle, if it's told as a flashback then, if it's told to Kaido's eyes, I don't care. We're going to see that flashback, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be really, really sad. It's going to be, that's just the way I see it going down, folks. I can't see it going down any other way. I see it. I can see it right now. I can see it clear as day. I don't even know what the Shogun looks like. Odin barely, but I can just see him executing him for the duty of the country, as a Shogun does. A Shogun puts his country above everything else. Above everything else, and then he's also doing it to basically Odin, as a genius that he is. Did it so that way Kaido could see his loyalty toward him, even if he doesn't have any loyalty, even if he hates the hell out of him, that it's still going to showcase some sort of loyalty there, that he was willing to do that, and it was really go that far. So that's just the way I see it, guys. But, you can leave me a thumbs down below on that type of thing. But we'll continue progressing on through the chapter. Inarashi vows to next time show his full strength and a trump card. I was like, Inarashi, take it easy, bro. They don't want to see the Mink's full strength. We're not ready. He might need it sooner than later, man, with the whole Jack situation. But still, I was like, yeah, that's crazy. And that was really, really awesome, Sauce. And I'm really excited to see just how much Momo is going to grow after that statement they had, because after, they asked the Straw Hats to please help them, to go against Kaido and the Shogun in the Wano country, that's when Luffy says no, and he looks over towards Momonosuke, because Luffy's had this tendency to always, give them some more testicles. I mean, even though, mainly the ones before have been female, still, man, get some testicles down there. Let's keep the thing going. So, and Luffy's done it before, and he's still continuing to do it. And that's something I've always loved about his character. He doesn't give a damn who you are. he's gonna whip you back up into shape. I mean, he's not gonna get any people he's not gonna get any guys or anyone in general that doesn't want to do what they want to do, that's not fully motivated. You know, he's not going to make them join their alliance. I mean, he wants people that are fully capable, and that's something I really love about it. And it's like, you know, you're the one that has to say it. Once you say it, baby, we're in there, you know. And that's when Momonosuke has his little scene, his little moment. That's whenever he states that he wants to go and fight Kaido. And what I love about this is I'm pretty sure it's going to lead towards a scene in the future, in the Wano arc, whenever, you know, they're all in a drastic situation, and Wano has to deliver that speech, that motivational speech that motivates, you know, these legendary warriors, legendary samurai to just go out there and continue whooping some ass against Kaido. And I can already see it. You know, Momonosuke sitting here crying, and he just yells out like this one final like battle roar. That'd be cool. That'd be really, really awesome. That's something I would like to see. And then, of course, we get the Ninja Pirate Mink Alliance, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to throw Ninja in there, man. You have to throw it in there. Now, back in the big 3 days, this thing could be called the Ninja Pirate and Soul Reaper Alliance. But, you know, those days are kind of over. But, you know, the Ninja Pirate Mink Alliance sounds pretty cool as well. Now, dude, my favorite moment in this entire chapter, alright, in this entire chapter, this moment had me dying. I can't stop looking at the panel. All right, Luffy states, because they're basically asking him like, "Aren't you worried about that guy, man? He's up with a Yonko." And this man proceeds to say, "No, don't worry about it. Sanji's super strong. Yeah, he's worth about 1,000 men. You know, by himself, he's super strong and worth 1,000 people." Then we see this salty, I just got whooped in Call of Duty, I just got screwed type of Zoro over here. He is salty as shit. Zoro's over here, he's stumbling his words, he's stuttering. And he proceeds to say, and I don't know, I'm worth 2,000. Let's get this thing straight. I'm worth 2,000. And Nami's over here going, yeah, we know, Zoro. Like, yeah, right, bitch. Ah, man, I loved that moment. I absolutely loved it. It was hilarious. It just felt right. It was really just structured in really, really well. And it was a hilarious panel by itself, just seeing Nami pat on his head, like, there, we understand. Hey, but it was cool. I liked it. That was my favorite moment of the chapter, I can't lie to you. One thing that we found in this week's chapter is that Luffy doesn't intend on finding Big Mom. He just thinks he's gonna go up in there, maybe leave the smackdown upon a couple different people, but he's gonna look at Big Mom and say, "I want Sanji back," and that's final. You know, he's like, "I'm here to get my crew member back. He didn't do anything wrong. If he doesn't want to marry this chick, don't let him marry him. That's that simple." And Luffy's mind is like, it's A-okay. It's a straight path. Get there, get the hell out. Now, we know that that's not going to happen. We know that the moment that Luffy attempts to challenge Big Mom, there's going to be a huge type of thing going on there. So that's going to be interesting to see how they're going to take care of that, because that is true. I mean, Inarashi definitely has a point there. He is up against one of the Yonko. And granted, I mean, I'm not doubting my boy Luffy, but Jesus Christ, that's a Yonko. You know, and it's just going to be Luffy, Peckham's, and Sanji up over there. You know, and but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Oda decides to take that. And, I mean, if Luffy seriously thinks that he's about to get out of there without having at least a bout with one of those dudes, I mean, who knows? They could get the big mom on their alliance. Who the hell knows? You know, with Oda, you never know. But seriously, I do not see this man going up in there and not fighting anyone. You know, it's definitely naive thinking, but that's something I really love about Luffy. You know, the man is going straight up in there, doesn't care, you know, and I'm pretty sure in his mind is like, you know what, even if I have to go into battle, big deal. I'm going back to one of my crewmates. If they don't like it, I don't care. I'll beat the hell out of them. You know, that's the way Luffy is, and that's something I really like about him. Now, from that last piece of dialogue with Carrot and Wanda, you know, where they're talking about how, because they're basically partying, and how Nekomamushi and Irashi, you know, they're finally pals again, and, you know, they're finally able to sleep when they want to sleep and party with whoever they want to party, and, you know, everything's not, changed and whatnot. So they go up in there and they're talking about how they just came in, and they near death, and even in near death, because they said they were even the best of friends until a certain incident where they came back home and they were near death, and even in near death they still wanted to fight each other. And I'm really interested on finding out that past. You know, I'm just like Wanda. I'm like, this is seriously what happened there. we know they have a connection to Shanks and Goldie Roger, so it makes me curious. Like, does it have something with that? Does it have to do with something with them curious and they went out to go find something? Maybe they came back from Wano and very, very injured, and then I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea, but I'm curious. I'm curious on finding out what in the world destroyed that friendship that they had. What in the world caused them to be half dead? You know, we know how powerful Inarashi and Nekomamushi are, and Inarashi's lost the trump card, so we haven't even seen the full strength. But in their prime, coming home half dead, like, come on, dude. I'm really, really curious in seeing what happened there. Now, this part right here, bro, caught me the hell. I was shaking. I was like, whoa, do not tell me. And because, like, seriously, out of anything that could have happened, this is the thing that well, not anything, you know. There's a lot of different things that could have happened too. But I just didn't expect it. When I saw the words objective, because I saw objective sighted, I was like, who the hell is this? And then it said Lord Jack. I was like, whoa, has Jack come for some more pie? Woo-hoo-hoo! And then you see Jack, he's up in here, sheep sheds right behind him, hanging upside down. And you're like, dude, Jack is a savage. He wants some more pie. But not only that, Jack is coming back. But he's coming back and he just said, you know what? I'll just take down the whole elephant. He plans on taking out the whole elephant. The entire elephant. He wants to take down all of Zoe. I was like, I mean, who's stopping him? Who in the world is stopping him? And the thing is like, if Jack really wants to kill, to just cut Zoe in half, I mean, for God's sakes, you know, I'm gonna have to stop him. I don't want Zoe to die, but yo, he just looked at Zoe, you know how big that mammoth is. This thing is huge. And he just looks at it and said, yeah, I'll take this son of a bitch. I'm like, for God's sakes. And the thing is, right, you know, this could lead towards the crew separation. Because, you know, they have to separate at some point in time. Luffy has been saying for so long that he has to go get Sanji, but he gets sidetracked, and then he goes to something else. Yeah, but that's how it's been the past couple chapters. You know, he's just been sidetracked with getting all this information, going into stuff down here with Momonosuke and whatnot. So, here he is, and I believe that this will showcase an awesome, you know, little thing towards how much he believes in his alliance. If Luffy sees that Jack is coming, but like Zoro or Law, because, you know, even in this week's, that little comedic moment with Law and Luffy was pretty cool. How Luffy always does something, you know, even though they are partners, Luffy he always takes the command, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's just gonna show his trust in his alliance. He's gonna see Jack, and, you know, he's gonna leave it up. You know, if he does leave, then he will leave with Peckham's, but he will leave it up, showing just how much trust and how much he believes in his crew and in that alliance. So he's gonna trust them to take on Jack and possibly, you know, lead the way over there to Wano while Luffy goes to get Sanji. They meet back up in Wano, and that's where like the big fight occurs. Now we know it's not gonna be as swift as that, but that's where I can see the crew actually separating here. I can definitely see Luffy leaving it up to his alliance, showing how much trust he has in them, and then they go their separate paths from here on there. Now, this would lead to one hell of a battle, because you know that Zoro wants a piece of that Jack. You know that the moment Jack appears, Zoro's going to want a piece of it, but he's not the only one. So the question here remains is, you know, is Jack going to come here one-on-one? Are we going to get just a massive battle against this huge Jack on some fallouts and stuff? And, you know, well, what's really going to go down here? I'm honestly curious, because Jack showing up just completely changed it. But if Luffy stays, then they're still going to stay on Zoe for a little longer. So definitely we're going to stay on Zoe for a little longer because Jack's showing up. But I'm curious, because I'm curious on seeing how just how in the world is this going to turn out. I'm really excited. I mean, seriously, One Piece has been so... It's like, it's feeding us these things, but the seeds have already been planted, so everything's just coming out to fruition now, and it's like, wow. So I'm excited to see, that trump card Inuyasha was talking about. I can't wait to see what he's doing that. Of course, we're about to go down in Wano. You know, a lot of confirmations this week with why Doflamingo wanted to get, why he wanted Momo. You know, we all had our suspicions, but if, you know, it got confirmed this week. I'm still sticking with the whole Odin and Shogun thing. I'm going to stick with that until I get proven otherwise. I mean, just the way I see it going down. You know, you know what it is, man. The #1 head of the Recon fan. Listen, man. There comes a point in time to where, you know, I just love Nami. I don't. Yeah, look. She was the MVP of this week's chapter of One Piece. No, I don't care. I know, and that's the way it is. The comedy was on point. She's a businesswoman, best panel, on Luffy, on Zoro. So she takes it. The head of King Recon. She is the head of King Recon. And without Nami, there'd be no King Recon. So this week's chapter of One Piece gets a great sauce. You guys have an awesome of a day. I like I said before, though, man, I'm excited to see how this whole Jack situation is gonna wrap up, and I'm really excited to see how in the world the entire situation with Shogun and Odin and how what happens to go over there, But I'm seriously like I want to end the video, but I can't because I have so many questions. Like, how in the world is it supposed to go down here? Because when Jack shows up now, because Jack is a savage, he's a beast. So like I don't know if Luffy would be like yeah, but so I don't know. I don't know who's gonna take on Jack. I don't know who's gonna take on Jack. Because they might all need to take on Jack because seriously, this is a man with 1 billion bounty, bro. Billion. So I don't know. But he's heading after Zoe. He says, screw it, man, I'll just cut the damn thing in half. And that's savagery. That is extreme savagery. So I'm really curious in seeing how that's gonna go down with the whole separation. When are they gonna separate? If this is the one to separate. The comedy in this week's chapter was gold, though. Great comedy, absolutely great comedy. Momonosuke's moment was awesome too, and I really can't wait to see his actual big moment when it happens later on down the line. That's going to be really awesome. But overall, great sauce of a chapter. Nami was MVP. You guys already know. Jack, though, showing up, that really caught me off guard, and just can't wait for next week. You guys have an awesome day, man.